business minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs, creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show. Hosted by Dan.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another amazing and wholesome episode of the CEO Show. We always come to you every Tuesday on YouTube, Facebook, and also TikTok. This is a show that always brings to you amazing people and talk of great minds in the entrepreneurship and business environment. They'll be talking about different industries, about where they began to where they are. And the most exciting thing, it's about their experiences. What is it that has made them to be where they are? I am your host, Dan. And remember, tonight we are really sorry that we are coming to you late, not as promised due to our technical issues, but we are here. We can't miss to come to you live every Tuesday. Tonight is amazing show, having an amazing guest, a very credible person, and this is the show that you've been looking forward, and an episode that definitely you can't afford to miss. Remember, you can always comment on the comment section for us to know that you are part of this conversation. And also, if you have a question or any other comment to our tonight's guests, don't forget to share. Don't forget to share this conversation for people to know that you're part of this amazing episode. Guess who is our guest tonight? Our guest tonight is none other but the CEO and founder of ONETEAM Career Coaches. This is a great guy that if you've not interacted with, you need to look forward to interact with. Our guest tonight is Mr. Innocent Kipkemboi. Karibu, sir.
Thank you so much.
We were looking forward to have this conversation, sir. Okay, how do you feel being part of this show?
I feel relaxed.
Okay.
I've had a good reception here.
Okay.
Happy faces.
Okay.
Everybody here is good.
Okay.
And I'm really, really grateful.
Nice.
So my name is Innocent Palugate, as you've said.
Yes.
And I'm the CEO and director of ONETEAM Career Coaches. So first of all, thank you for this show.
Okay.
Thank you for creating such an amazing thing for us, for every one of us to have a say and to talk. You know, Dan, everybody has a story.
Very true.
But our stories differ.
Sure.
Your story and mine is not the same. Sometimes I tell someone my story and they are shocked, like, so I thought mine was... So these are stories of resilience. These are stories, the journeys that you have come from.
Okay.
So personally, I was born and raised in a village in Transoia, a place called Kipkemboi.
Oh, okay.
That is my home. That is where I was born and raised, just like any other village boy with village life. But now, being born in a village does not mean your mind should remain in the village. And neither even it doesn't mean that those also who remain in the village are stupid. No. But you know, we have been created for different destinies in life. So at many times, sometimes we run other people's races. That is one thing that I noticed. And having been born on that village, things were not easy. Definitely things were not easy because those days everybody had to face their own challenges. Okay. So for example, my case is, before even I go to my story, you know, Dan, there are things you don't choose in life. One is family. You don't choose where you were born. You don't choose your parents. You don't choose your ethnicity. You don't choose your tribe. And you don't also choose your skin color. These are things that you find yourself with them. You're born in that situation. You don't choose. If you were given to choose where to be born, like maybe some majority of Kenyans could have wanted to be born in Australia. You are even there because at the moment we are all trying to sail the boats and go there. So we are not given a chance. So for us, for me personally, I was raised by the community. I am a child of the community. That is why each and every time that resilience comes when you remember you are a child of the community.
Okay, just to interrupt,
yes.
my friend Innocent.
Yes.
Because people see you in town, and people always think that you are somewhere. In fact, I'm surprised that you were raised somewhere outside town, because people think that you are raised within. I was expecting to hear that you are raised from Kipkemboi, and now you're talking about now being raised by the community.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
When I say I'm raised by the community, I was born by a single mother. And being born by a single mother, it means you have to be raised without a paternal father. So it means the community was my father. They taught me the ways.
Okay.
Of course, let's say in my case, born by the single mother, we stayed with the single mother, sometimes with the grandmother, depending. And then one day, that's why I always tell parents to have a plan. Have a plan for your kids if it's possible. Because you never know what tomorrow comes. One day we found ourselves, that single mother has died. Unfortunately, she became sick and she died.
That was now your mother?
That was now my mother. And we were born only 2. I was the eldest. So they said, you're the eldest. You have to know how to fight for yourself.
Okay. How old were you when your mother
I was
passed
around 25, 24.
Okay.
After. I was in college at that moment.
Okay.
My younger brother was still in primary school.
Okay.
And we were so confused. For my case, actually, I never go on telling anyone this story because if there is something I don't like seeking is sympathy. I do not seek sympathy. Sometimes I tell someone to inspire them because I deal with people. Sometimes someone comes with their own story and then I tell them, is that all? Let me tell you mine. And then that person will say, oh, I thought mine was the worst case scenario. And after that, now they become motivated. Because now my case, I lost my mother, that was in the year 2014. We went to stay with my grandmother. Okay. 4 years later, the grandmother died. We found ourselves now in the world. Now, technically, a home is not a building. A home is the people. Because even at the moment, if you lose your parents today, and you go see that building that your parents used to live, it's no longer a home. Because a home is the people, not the building. No matter how big the building is, if there are no people, it means nothing. That is one of the things that I personally learned. Okay. Anyway, through a long story short, I knew and I had some principles that I knew that I wanted to follow these principles in my life. One thing that I learned is that in this life, nobody owes you anything and you owe nobody anything. First of all, have the mentality that you are on your own. When you know that you are on your own, it gives you the shock absorbers to absorb whatever comes your way. Because sometimes you may realize you'll get rejection from family, you'll get rejection from business, from job, from majorly many things in life. If you don't have those shock absorbers, you may realize that you'll go back to depression, or you'll give up, or you'll just become nothing. So for my case, I knew that like neither anyone holds my destiny, only God. And I always like saying, if there is a God in heaven, if there is, and I'll repeat again, if there is a God in heaven, then I am a living example of what God can do. I am a living testimony myself. Because wherever I am now, I didn't see it coming. But there are things that I kept on holding. I kept on believing, and I kept on knowing that at the end of it all, one day the light can shine. So I pressed on, and I kept pressing on, and I kept pressing on, to a point whereby some people used to laugh at me. They say, you're still believing, you're still keeping faith. Do you think it will ever come? And I told them, you know what, it might tarry, but it will surely come to pass. Okay. So my story is an inspiration. Okay. Because the way I ended up going even outside the countries, the way I ended up even coming back, the way I've been able to assist so many people is something that myself, I always sit down and I feel like, oh, this is not what I thought.
Just to take you now back,
yes.
Just to give us a preview and your background. like where you studied your primary school, then you
I
proceeded?
went to. I said I'm a village guy. Yeah. I went to many schools because my late mother. In fact, we were celebrating 10th anniversary on 4th of this August.
Okay.
May her soul rest in peace. So we had. She was a teacher. So technically, we were moving from one school to another. Because those days, teachers used to be transferred a lot. She started in municipality here in Eldoret. Then she went back to Trans Nzoia. And I remember almost every 2 years we could move from one school to another. And I also kept moving from one school to another. So I went to around 7 primary schools in Trans Nzoia. 7 primary schools. So I started with nursery in my village, that is called Cheptiret. I went to nursery in a school called Noigam. We went to another school called Surungai. I went to Surungai a little bit, and then I went to another academy that was there. And then we kept on moving around. We came back to Kipkemboi, but I went also to ONETEAM, West Pokot, when I was around class 7. I didn't finish there. I came back again to Kipkemboi primary. I finished now Form 4. And then...
So after primary, now you proceeded to your secondary school?
I proceeded now to secondary school in the same village. That is, the fence between where I studied, primary and secondary was just... In fact, I was a day scholar. In my entire Form 4 life, I was a day scholar. Because there was no boarding school in that school that moment. So I finished my Form 4. And then, of course, I came to town. I didn't pass that much, although I didn't fail that much like Joho, but I was somewhere there.
What was your grade?
I scored a C stand.
Okay.
So after scoring that C stand, it wasn't that bad for a village, having been in a village, having gone to a day school. To me, that was a good achievement. So I came to town.
Eldoret.
I came to Eldoret. Of course, the Eldoret by that time was the most vibrant place. You wanted to go to Eldoret. Everybody wanted to go to Eldoret. So I came and immediately I enrolled on a college. And I did a diploma in business management. Okay. After I finished in diploma in business management, I went ahead. I did another diploma in media and mass communication. Okay. I went ahead and I did my bachelor's in PR. Okay. That is now after I had finished the 2 diploma courses. Okay. So those are some of the things that helped me. But that time, it looked like it meant nothing. Okay. Because even the confidence that I took with my ability, the communication skills that I learned while I was in college are the same communication skills that are assisting me now to navigate my way in life. Okay. But while I was learning them, I didn't see if they were really, really that much meaningful. Okay. Because by that time, every student, even those who have gone to nursing, they'll finish, and then if they don't get a job, they'll believe like, we just went for, we studied this thing for no reason. But there is a way that comes later that you'll realize the importance of that skill that you learned. That is why I always tell everybody, whatever you learn, any skill that you learn, even a language, a foreign language, let's say you learn German, you learn French, it is a skill that will remain with you forever. The moment you have it, it only awaits opportunity for it to be fruitful. So you just have to gain the knowledge and then wait for when it will be fruitful. Okay. So that was my journey when it comes to education. And later on, now I tried to push for the journalism. First of all, I wanted to be a musician myself. Yeah.
In fact, that's the question that I wanted to
ask you.
Like growing up, what is it that you aspired to be?
I have a book. I have booklets of music that I wrote music almost this size. And so many. The others are scattered.
Okay. What kind of music?
I used to rap.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think before the end of the show, you need to do
I used to seriously rap. And
what inspired you to music?
I loved music. And even up to date, I still love music, and I love music. I love art. I love creativity. That is why even in my own industry, in my business, I try to put more creativeness. I try to think, being a musician or being an artist is all about creativity. Because you have to create. A song does not just drop from the sky. You have to sit down. You have to think like, nasema hivi, and then and then you change it, and then you start again, you ramp it all, you start again. So if there are thinkers, are the guys in the creative industry, because they never stop thinking. They're like tailors, they're like you. Because at the end of the day, you need to develop a new design. You need to say, what about if I put this one? What about if it does like that?
Okay.
So those are people who I really, really adore. And I loved art and music because of the nature of its creativity.
Okay.
And up to date, I am so happy because it opened up my mind. And even if you listen to my speeches, if you listen to me talking in public, speaking in many forums, many people would want to listen to me. Why? It's because of my mind that the art industry opened it up.
Okay.
So I'm courtesy, I'm a product of that art industry.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, Mascom, you studied PR, you wanted to venture into now journalism.
I think I studied journalism because that is what I liked.
Okay.
I could have wanted to do music and art, but I realized I needed to do something that is related or closely related, but at the end of the day, I'll be within there.
Okay.
So learning PR, learning journalism, doing all these things to do with cameras and talking and speaking, was because I wanted to be around the creative industry.
Okay.
Because technically, you cannot separate art and music from these cameras and production. It is the same thing.
Okay.
So personally, I had to learn a lot of things involving production. I used to work with so many artists. At some point, I was an artist promoter, because at the end of the day, I knew that if you merge this and this talent, that is when now it becomes what you see as a musician.
Okay.
Because it takes the media or the production to cover what the artist can come.
Yeah.
So that is the reason why I wanted to be within that creative industry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, before you tell us about now after you are undergraduate,
Yes.
before you tell us about now what you did next, what is it that you think were the lessons that you learned growing up, and how has it made you to be who you are?
When you study in this country, it's funny because you will realize that the market is not the same as the study. There is the study, and then there is what the people call kiwanja. You'll finish your studies, and then now there is the reality that is awaiting you. So when I came into outside now, I realized that yes, I've learned these things, but these things are not bringing food into my table. So for so many years, for almost 6 or 7 years, 5, 6, 7 years, I tried pushing for these. That one brings me to the point whereby I realized that there is God's will, there is your will, there is God's plan, and there is your plan. After I struggled for 7 years, I realized, no, there's a problem. It seems I was destined for something else, but I've been pushing for another thing. So that is when I woke up and I said, no, now I've got to figure out what could it be that God really wanted for me. And that is why I always even tell, in my industry, I always tell people, before you say you want to go outside the country or you want to fly, ask yourself, is this God's will? Because there are also people who have gone outside the country. Sometimes you must ask yourself, is this God's will? Because for me, I had to struggle for a whole 7 years for me to recall myself into that meeting. Now that's myself. Is this really what I was destined for? And then I knew now that at the end of it all, persevere. You must persist beyond some certain limits. Don't give up. Don't tell yourself, I've tried, maybe I'll try again, or maybe it doesn't work. Because majority of my friends, or even the people that I know, they give up, or they gave up because they did not try one more time. I always like using the example of a great guy called Thomas Edison, who was the founder of the electric bulb, what we use now. He tried 1,000 times until the last one, he kept trying and trying and trying until the last one actually illuminated and worked up. That's why we have now the electric bulb and everything else that even we use in this industry. So it is all about resilience. How I ended up now in the entrepreneurship industry is what now changed my life. Because in that creative industry, I knew that if I do a business and use my creative mind to do that business, could it turn into profit? And now I'd learned the art of persistence after persisting for 7 years, waiting to be the next big rapper, So I'd waited for 7 years without success. So I knew if I just turn this energy into another, if I channel this energy into another field, what could it be? That is what I did now. I just decided to channel the same energy, the same mind, the same skill, but in a different
direction.
In a different direction. And I learned a lot, because immediately I channeled it, I realized I experienced different results.
Now you channel into a different direction.
You just use the same energy, the same mind, everything, and then you just change. The same way you did that. I don't know. I think I'll be the one who will interview you now. After you are done interviewing, I'll come and interview you. The same way you channeled yourself and you channeled your same energy that you were using when you were employed into business. Do you say that resilience, that hard work that I did in business, I just wanted now to turn it into my own business. And you pushed it and it worked, and you realize that it works way faster. Because the day I just changed the sales, I realized instant results.
Now you changed now from music. From music, 7 years of pushing in music, now to something else. What is this something else?
Now I came to business.
I
came to business. I went to politics a little bit. I didn't vie, but I assisted people. I assisted politicians. So at some point I became a PA, and then we moved on like that. And then I realized now, in politics it's quite a different kind of game. And I knew that it's not that thing that is reliable, that you can say I want to settle down on this forever. So while I was doing that, I started opening businesses. Let me tell you people, I've opened more than 9 or 10 businesses that all failed.
Which one was the first one?
I opened a shop. The last one that I really invested in, I had opened. I opened a PlayStation. I opened a PlayStation in Nairobi. That was around the year 2017. It was really a big PlayStation. It had around 5-6 screens, and people used to fill that hole. In that while we were doing that business. And then immediately COVID COVID came in. There was no more gatherings. That business collapsed like that. The other ones that I did, I had opened a photography, I had opened a studio, I had opened so many kind of businesses. But now I used to know, and I realized that while I was doing those businesses, I was able to do each and every business successfully, but not completely, because of the various challenges. So each time when a business could fail, I knew that I have to start again and afresh. Because you will notice that in every failure, there is something you learn.
There is a lesson.
So I picked all those failures, all those lessons into now where I am now. But from the first day, I knew that if I do business, it's like creating a channel or creating a tap. There's a story whereby there was 2 guys, one a father, 2 fathers, and then they had they were given a tender by, let's say, the government now was being issued to supply water to Eldoret town. Of course, the president is coming, will be launching a new city. So they were told, we want water in this city. So one of them decided to hire the boozers, the water boozers. So they could go fetch the water from the lake, bring it to the residents. Go fetch, go fetch. Another one decided that I'm not going to do that. I will make sure that I put pipes. I want to connect a tap and build one major tank here in the city, and then connect a tap from the river.
From the main source.
I'll pump that water straight. It took time. It took him almost 2 years. While the other one was just enjoying the luxury of money and laughing at this one. So this one took time. He had to dig down and build out that channel. At the end, when he had managed to bring the water to the main tank, he told himself, now that it's here in the main tank, I want to connect it to every homestead. And in every liter of water, I'll take 2 shillings.
Pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs, creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show. Business Minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs, creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show. Hosted by Dan. Business Minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs, creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show. Hosted by Dan. Business Minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs, creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show. Hosted by Dan. Business Minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs, creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show. Hosted by Dan. Business Minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs, creative talks, CEO insights, insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show. Hosted by Dan. Business Minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs. Creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show. Hosted by Dan. Business Minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs. Creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show. Hosted by Dan. Business Minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs. Creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show. Hosted by Dan. Business Mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back again to the CEO Show. And for those who are still coming in, our guest tonight is Innocent, who is the CEO and the founder of ONETEAM Career Coaches. And he's shared quite an amazing background where he's come from and definitely about the challenges that he has underwent to be where he is currently. Innocent, we're speaking about now these different number of businesses that you started. Some never saw the light of day. Now we're talking about the lessons that you learned about this now before going into what you're currently doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So after doing many businesses, I learned quite a number of lessons. One of them is resilience. You know, in business, don't try to give up. If you give up, you're on your own. Because at the end of the day, it's only business people who can tell what is happening in their businesses. The community or the surrounding will never know. Even you, Dan, some people may be thinking you should be buying now a helicopter because they have a perception about you that is not the reality. So business technically is almost like politicians because people perceive what is not the real thing. And then they judge or they make assumptions through their eyes. You know your eyes, if you see me now, I'm seated here, you can have your own perception and all that. I had some people from my village who are saying now you should even vie for a political, and I was wondering seriously, I'm just a businessman, I'm an entrepreneur. And it's all about, first of all, we have to build ourselves. You don't see someone and then you just believe that this is now, this is this or that. So I learned my lessons. And I believe that through those lessons is what now brought me to where I am now. I cannot say those businesses were small, but I had invested in them. You know, wherever you've put your money, that is where your heart is. Even if it's a little bit of money, that is where your heart is. If it fails with a part of you. So in every failure, it fails with a part of you, but a lesson comes up. It sprouts. So it kept on sprouting. And I knew that at one time in one way or another, I'll be able to do something. So now for ONETEAM. ONETEAM Career Coaches actually, I had learned now to listen to the voice from above. Before doing any business, before doing anything, before investing, I could ask God, what should I do? Is this right? Because I don't want to do the 11th and the 10th, to 15th and the 20th business failing. So I had to ask God now, God, what should I do now? And out of it, out of a dream, I was shown. I did not just wake up and I just said, what kind of business now is the most lucrative? Which one is the best, the fastest? No. Mine was an inspiration that was direct revelation. I want you to go assist these people. That is how I found myself. I tried diverting. I tried running away. And successfully. Because I could say, no, I don't have anything. What will I tell them? You know, it wasn't an easy. I'll come one day and I'll be able to tell you that story, how it all happened until I started the business.
Okay.
But true to it, when I started this business, any day that God decides to walk with you, you won't strain. You will not beg. I started without nothing. I had lost everything at that moment. There was nothing. I knew that it was just me, God, and my voice. And I knew that now the only currency that I had was the voice. Talk, teach. That is why I called it ONETEAM Career Coaches.
Okay.
Because purely it was to be coaching.
Okay.
Talk to people, tell them the way, assist them. Because by that time, everybody was crying. There were so many scandals, left, right, and center. Finland, I don't know where, I don't know what. There was a lot of things at that moment that were happening.
So what was the real idea that you had, the inception and also?
The real idea was to try and assist these people so that they make the right decisions, one on career and one in different destinations.
Okay.
You know, we have the world as a globe, it's so big. There are people who come and they don't even know where is where. They don't even know where is Australia. They think Australia and USA are in the same continent. They are not sure of anything. So I knew that now, if I assist these people with the knowledge, what next? They'll tell you, are you able to apply for us? Or are you able to assist us? So immediately now I knew that I must take up the task of being able now to assist these people, make the applications, all through that journey until they successfully go. Today I've had a very disturbing incident in my office. There is one student, a friend of mine, who was taken to Malaysia by an agent and he was left there. They just took him, they told him you're going for a walk, and they left him at the airport. That's not the first case. I've had so many cases. Why? It's because there's no knowledge. If these people, or if this person could have asked me, have you heard of anything about Malaysia? I could have told them, you know what, run. Run for your life. We must have a voice that will stand out and be genuine and true to assist these people in the most clear way. Because at the end of the day, this business had become so much tired to a point whereby you are not even able to tell someone that you're an agent.
Okay.
Saying you're an agent, first of all, they could say, "Nyinyi ndio wale wezi wa Eldoret." And until you say, seriously, I even wanted to assist you. So I came and I started the voice and I started telling the people, no, consult first, do due diligence, very important. Don't just remove your money to anyone. Try to do this, follow this path. It might take long. But now the problem with us Kenyans, we like shortcuts. We want the quickest way possible.
Okay.
Just how much? Take me. They don't even want to know what is the repercussions, what are the probabilities, is this thing genuine? Okay. So at the end of the day, we came up with a plan now that we are able now to teach people, because knowledge, as I say, is power. The moment someone is packed with knowledge, it is so hard to deceive someone who has the knowledge. So we created a company now that is 360 degrees. That means it starts from where you come to me and you tell me I don't have you tell me, where should I go? I ask you, do you have a passport? You tell me, no, what is a passport? I tell you, the passport is a government document that you need in order for you to travel abroad. And then you tell me, well, you go and take a picture for a passport and you bring me and I have the passport. I tell you, no, it's not this one. It is the other one that the government issues. You go and bring it, now I have the passport. What should I do? That is my work. It has never been easy.
Now,
we are not funded, so that has never been easy.
Now, talking about now the elephant in the room.
Yes.
Where is, because back to some years back, we've had a serious buzz. People want to, and especially the young men and women, want to move out of the country. Why?
Yes.
Why the hurry?
Thank you so much for that question. I was almost forgetting. I'll tell a short story because of time. There was I've met so many young people who are claiming that when the white man was going, what was my grandfather doing? They say they should have taken land. You know, the lands were being left vacant for free. So it means the sharpest people at that moment took the lands. So they say So they tell each other, it's always like a joke. They say like, your grandfather at that time, he was busy dancing to Twist, wearing a bell bottom with cassettes, while other men at that moment were taking prime lands, right? We have what we call seasons. I remember when I met you the other time, we talked about seasons. There is season for everything. This is a season that everybody is trying to go to abroad. It's a season to go. It will end, of course, it's not forever. And I will tell you, those people may think that the business will be forever. Plan yourself. It will end. It's a season. But it is a very, very important season for us as human beings, or for this generation, that find your way abroad.
Okay.
It doesn't matter whether you go, stay for 5 years, for 2 years, because I always mentor people who are in abroad on the timelines. You know, you cannot stay there until you go to a care home there.
Okay.
You must know how long to stay, and you must know also to keep in touch back home, because one day you will come back. There are people who have tried to come back, but they are no longer, they don't have a touch. They detach themselves completely to a point whereby when they come back, even the community fails to bury them. So you must know how to balance. So benefits of going to abroad, majorly for me, I could say it is because it will guarantee your children dual citizenship.
Okay.
The world that we are going in the future, the world that is in ahead, is a dual citizenship world, whereby when you grow old, or when your children will grow, when they become grown-ups, they'll be able to live in Kenya, at the same time in US, in Canada, in Australia, and in different parts. So you'll be hearing someone says, I'm a Kenyan, but I'm a US citizen. Or I'm a Kenyan, but I'm an American citizen. That will be the most important. So this journey is not the journey for us, it's the journey for our kids. We are securing a future of dual citizenship for those kids. Because there comes a times you'll be feeling sick, you'll need specialized medication in Australia. You'll just be going because you already have the citizenship. Unlike now, those people who are not able to, who did not go, because in this era, the same people who are laughing at and saying that they were dancing and doing the bell bottom thing, you will notice that in that era now, when we will behold, the world will be saying, what did you do when everybody was trying to find their way to outside countries to secure even dual citizenship for their kids? What will they say? They'll say you are doing, I don't know, mandamano, or you are doing, I don't know, the current dance, the Gen Z dance of nowadays. I don't know, but there'll be a way they'll be laughing at you in one way or another. So I'm encouraging people, let's go to abroad if you have the ability. Of course, it cannot accommodate all of us. Those who have the ability, go there, have a plan. Let's say let me just go for 5 years, for 10 years, invest back home, and then proceed from there. The easiest solution, if you have the toughest of problems, the easiest solution is abroad. Because abroad you live like a robot. It's a robotic life, whereby you just walk home. Walk home. You can never go to a show like this or build anything else beyond walk home, walk home. So you must have a timeline, finish the timeline. After that, get in touch back home, invest, and then come back home. There is nowhere like Kenya.
But also to some, it has backfired. We have issues of people being deported. We have issues of people misbehaving. Is it that they didn't have a focus in it?
In fact, we have a mentorship program at ONETEAM Career Coaches, whereby we train our candidates before traveling. We give them a mentorship, a day of mentorship, so that they understand what they are going to expect when they go outside the country. This is this country. It has this. The UK. These are the Brits. The Brits behave and want people to behave like this, so that you don't go. You land in the airport and you misbehave. You'll just come back home. I've had situations where people have come back home, but also I've had success stories. And I think for my case, I always try my level best to focus on success stories and how to remedy, so that those who want to go, they can be go and be better people. Because we have had people who have died on accidents. It's so expensive, by the way. Repatriation, I think government should even work on assisting with people who are close to government. They should be able to talk to the government, so that we have a plan on that. We should have an insurance or a policy or something, so that if in case someone dies in a foreign land, we don't start again contributing towards repatriation of the body. Because Australia to Kenya, it takes 5 million. We contributed around 3 million for you to go. And then now, unfortunately, death happens, we need 5 million to bring you back. So it's like we are contributing each and every day for situations that are unpredictable. So we should have the government should come through, also assist and partner with private industries, players like us, so that at the end, we develop policies that can be able to assist those who are in Kenya, who want to go, and those who are in abroad, who will even want to invest home. Because majorly those people, even they don't know, I have 10 million, I have 5 million. What should I put in? Where should I put this money? The government should be able to train them. There's treasury bills, there's bonds, there is this, there is a way you can invest. But now we have failure in part of the government, and we have also failure in the part of the private in failing to teach and train our people on how to do business between here and abroad.
When your business and also this kind of business came, and especially when people here developed the urge of moving out of the country, we saw a lot of businesses mushrooming with regard to agency, and it gave us a very bad image.
It wasn't easy.
And what is it that made people rush into business, going into this business?
They have people, anyway, humanity. A human being naturally is an opportunist. Whether you like it or not, a human being is an opportunist. That is why if you walk and you throw 1,000, even if a few people will be able to tell you, come back and you throw 1,000. So human being is an opportunist. They are always looking for, especially in Africa, especially in Kenya, we are very opportunistic. And we are always looking for ways that we can make quick shillings here and there. So these people, they knew that there is a problem. One, they knew that there is a problem, and then they knew that there is a race to go to abroad. So you know, these people, they listen to the ground. So, you know, the race started from the village. So you hear one family, they have taken one girl to Australia or to where. And then immediately they start laughing at the next family. The next family decides also they'll take their child. The next one decides they'll take. So it became a race to take children to abroad. So when this race caught up gear, now the enemies invested in. They came inside now. And everybody was shouting that I'm the real prophet. I can be able to assist. And then many people could rush to them, and then they could lose the money, including now even the scandals that we had involving even the government and so on and so forth, that people lost billions. So at the end of it, you realize that those people who lost the money have never received back their money. They have moved on. Some are still in medication, so on and so forth. I don't want to talk for those on behalf of. I don't want to talk on that case because it's already even some are in courts and all that. You know, you don't talk for cases that are in courts. You let the court make the decision. But when we came in, we started now teaching people on due diligence. Don't just go to an office and then someone tells you they'll take you to Canada. I don't know, bring 500,000. I'll take you to where? Ask yourself first, why is this person not going? Because there was a neighbor of mine who wanted to go to Canada, and he came to the office, to an office in this town, not mine. So they asked me, is this deal legit? I told them, no, I don't trust that. And he told me, wewe ujesikia? I told him, wachana silazimisha. She told me, it's a he. He told me that, you know what? You don't have the connection. We have someone who will be able to take us to Canada. So they went to that office. They went, a brother and a sister. They went back home. They sold land. They took their 500,000 shillings for each. You know, that money went. And it was so shocking because as much as I had warned them not to give them money, but the language also that the enemy uses outside there, my friend, is not easy. Because now they had said, you know, you'll be earning around 600,000 per month and you only need 500,000. So some things anyway, you can be able to learn them if you open up your inner eyes. But the good thing at the moment, we are embracing what we call due diligence. People are no longer just being duped left, right, and center like it used to be. Although we still have cases of such things. And it's so hard for government to shut down every business because of 1, 5, 10 people that have decided to go wayward. You cannot just wake up and shut everybody. So it is so hard to deal with them. And it's so hard to know of a wolf in the middle of sheep. Because at the end of the day, the sheep will lie low. You won't know. So many of them have lost their money. We just hope and pray that at the end of the day, they should not fall into depression or give up.
Okay.
Dust off and move on.
Just to ask a quick one, what does it take to start this kind of business?
You know, this kind of business, first of all, is, of course, we have the government, you have to register yourself. We have the government regulations whereby you have to meet all the regulations. And then above all now is you have to know how to run the business. You have to know how to reach the people. You have to be honest and genuine. Because even for me, I remember people used to call me names. But now I persisted and I kept telling them the truth until they started coming closer and closer and closer. And I want to repeat, it's not like it's 100% success. It's not like everyone will go outside. It's not like everyone will get a visa. We have so many refusals. We have had refusals from Australia. We have had refusals from different parts. But I always tell my people, you know what? It's not the end. There is still other option. There is still a plan B. For example, if you come to my office today, I'll tell you, you know what? Let's apply here and here and here. Let's cast our net wide. Whatever comes out of it, let's compare and then make one major decision that we are going this direction. So you cannot fix your mind in one direction and then at the end of the day, what do you expect? What about if it doesn't go through? You know, a visa is a government document that you're given by another government. It's not guaranteed. So it's like you're begging. It's like, you know, I want to come, and then they'll decide whether you should come or whether you should not come. So you have to put your you have to put your bets into different categories, different countries. Whatever comes first, you go with it, or whatever you prefer. It's more flexible for you. But it is never 100%. And I want also to tell other people that even in this country, you can make it. It is not like it's only about going to abroad that for you to make it. I want to tell you, you can make it even in this country. If you have the chance, or if you have the capacity or the chance to go and work very hard. For those who may not be able to go, let's work here. Because it's all about resilience. And then a business, you know, many people are trying to find a business idea, a unique business idea to do their business. I want to tell people that it's not about how you will find a unique business idea. You don't need a unique business idea. You need an idea and then do it in a unique way. For example, you can start, you did tailoring and you did it in a unique way. That is why you are where you are. Someone else can do something similar to that and do it in a unique way. You are doing suits and clothes. Someone else can come with shoes. Because at the end of the day, we are still wearing shoes from outside the countries. Majorly, even when you are doing for weddings, you'll notice that the fabric still comes from outside. You'll notice that the shoes still come from outside. If someone could decide to design shoes today, they'll be in business. Because when you take the suit, you take the shoes, and you'll be able to merge and be able to do business.
Okay. Yes. Now, I think just as we wind up on the same topic,
yes,
I think let's not now talk about investment on the student side, because we've had successful stories of people moving out of the country, but 5 years later, 10 years later, we have the same person coming back home, somebody that was fundraised to go outside and then also fundraised to come back home. What is it that, are they not informed? Or
it is not about being informed. I've lived in the outside countries a little bit for a while myself, and I noticed that, and I want to talk that to parents. Don't throw your children away because they have misbehaved or they have not managed to navigate their way here. Majority of the people who go and come back, are those people who the parents or the families just wanted them to go. That means you land there, you don't understand why you are there. It was not your will, it was not your intention. You find yourself. There are others who go out of the peer pressure, that the abroad race that I was talking about. You find yourself, you have gone there, and you did not do that proper soul search. That, do I really want this? Is this? That's why I said, God's will. Did you ask God? Is this your will? If you go there because people are going, you will come back and you will be fundraised. Because I've seen people who are kicked out by their parents to go to different countries, they end up facing addictions, because majority of them you'll find they were drunkards here, and the parents believes they'll change when they go there. So you're a drunkard here. If you go there, it's double, because you will now meet what we call cocaine. I remember when I was abroad, that was the first time I saw cocaine with my 2 eyes in a room seated, a private residence. I said, I've been watching in movies, those are Mexico movies. I said, oh, Jesus. I told the guy, can I touch it? Because I'd never seen it the whole of my life. And then now, I was with Kenyans who had gone already there, those countries long time ago, and they were also, they were using it. So I asked them, why do you use these things? I'll come one day and tell you, if you come to our mentorship programs, I'll tell you these stories. Because I was shocked. They told me now, this one gives you a different kind of high. I say, Jesus, how have you ended up like this? I am just new here. How did it reach this point? It is because you are chased, because you are a drunkard. You go now and drink. Alcohol there is free. It's like a tap of water. It's free. So you end up doing that alcohol now in large amounts, and then now you had what now the people from there use. That is when you go there, you'll find them. There are so many people in rehabilitation. There's so many people who have just turned mad. It is because now you'll find the real drugs. So parents, don't chase your kids because you just want them to don't get rid of them and throw them abroad. If they manage to come back alive, thank God, because majority, I think they'll come back dead. Because the drugs there are tougher than here. Rehabilitate your child, pray for them, talk to them, but don't choose abroad. Abroad is not a rehabilitation center. That is the case with majority of those people who you will hear them being funded to come back. The rest have managed to make money. The rest, if there is a community that is working, is Kenyans. Kenyans are praised all over the world. In Kenya, it's only Kenyans and Zimbabwe in Africa. That when you go to abroad, they are being praised for hard work. Someone comes from a shift, they reach home, and they are called for a night shift, and they'll pack again and go for that night shift. They don't hesitate to work. And that is the nature and the spirit of the Kenyan. The few who go and misbehave, those are kids that were just thrown out by their parents. Okay. Yeah.
Now, to where your business currently is, because there are some businesses that have come in your nature, and some even have closed shop. What is it that keeps you afloat in running such a
First of all, learn to talk to people. When I came to the industry, I came at a tough time when the name of that industry was bad. And I realized that so many people are running away from different agencies because of poor communication. So someone could come, and then after we have talked, they say, oh, so you mean you can still talk to me? You know, talk to people nicely. If you're in this kind of business and you want to grow in any business, talk to people nicely. Let them have their time. Let them open up their hearts. Don't be in a hurry with money. And I repeated again when I was, I said that if you chase money, you'll never get enough of it. Do what you do with your whole heart, and then money will follow you. So I realized that these people, they need someone they can talk to. So many people are wounded. So many people have lost money. So many people have lost hope. Talk to them nicely. That is what I did. I sat them, I gave them enough of my time. I carried their burdens. Sometimes I don't even sleep myself in my own house. Because at the end of the day, the burdens that people told me are weighing me down. That is what happened when I realized that the more you listen to people, it also weighs you down. But I told God, you know, you gave me this job. I will listen to them until that day I'm not able to listen to them anymore. So listening is the secret formula that I'll tell people. If you want to succeed, listen to your customers. Give them time. Listen to their worries. Don't see them as a burden. You prayed for business. When it comes, you must know that it comes with consequences. Okay. Sometimes you don't have a solution. Someone wants encouragement. I tell them, relax. Told you it, go through. Relax. That's enough. If you don't pick that call, what do you expect? So you must learn to listen and to talk to people in the most nice way. Okay.
Now, in a preview, could you mind sharing now the current process? One wants to travel abroad.
First of all, we start with languages. For us, they've crafted the world now that languages comes first. So number one is languages. For us now, we train English, we train Arabic, we train German, because of what we call skill visa migration. Skill visa migration is very important because before you go, you have to learn language. I want to encourage parents to bring their kids to learn these foreign languages. You can find yourself in Germany if you just learn German language. So I want to encourage them, come and do this German language, do Arabic. Arabic is very important. If you are planning to go to any Arab country, or you have a child or someone, bring them, they learn about Arabic first. So that by the time they are there, they'll be able to even do supervisory roles because they understand a little bit of the local language. So from now that, we train what's called caregiving. And then now, we are 390 degrees in terms of application. You come, we sit down, you tell me now, this is my cost. Because me, I always go with the cost of the parent. I tell you, how much are you able to raise? They tell me I can raise 1 million. I tell them, now this 1 million, it can be able to cater for this and this and this. Go and work for an extra amount of this. You see? So we'll be able to discuss different destinations for different people. But now I have to work with your budget. If I tell you I need 2 million, maybe you don't have. Maybe you need a destination that only costs 500,000. I'll be able to tell you that this is this destination, it costs this and this and this. And then immediately we start the process. So for us, we do a follow-up until we also ensure that you get accommodation on the other hand, and you also get a place you settle in. Because majority of these countries, we already have people who have gone ahead. You know, in the past, we used to have people who are sent to check the land first. So we make sure that the land is safe, the accommodation is safe, the chances, the work environment is safe. Before now we tell you, go. Because at the end of the day, I don't want someone who will go and sleep in the airport and be stranded. We don't do that at ONETEAM Career Coaches. So we are 360 degrees all-round agency that will be able to assist you from languages, IELTS, Arabic, German, and all those languages, including caregiving, until we ensure that you reach your destiny and you settle down. Sometimes you may fail to settle down in one city. You move to the next. It's like you come to Eldoret, you realize Eldoret is not favorable. You go to Nairobi or you go to Kisumu. That is how the world, how these countries are. So we'll be able to assist you also to navigate. If you want to move from Eldoret to Nakuru of that place, we'll be able to assist you, also connect you to someone else who will be able to assist you on the other hand. So that is what we do at ONETEAM Career Coaches. And of course, we are mentors. We do mentorships. We go to churches. We go to public primary schools. We go to secondary schools. We go to anywhere where 2 or 3 are gathered. We go and talk to people and tell them on these ways and the ways they can use to navigate and move outside the country safely.
Taken back like 20 years ago, or going back to time, what is it that you think you could have done differently?
I think I should have started this business when I was 25 years. Nobody could have lost their money to scandals. Because I'm one of the most truthful. I tell you, this is possible, this is not possible, do whatever you want. I don't know how to sugarcoat things. Yes.
Just to go back to our viewers, I have like 1, 2 questions, then also you give us your closing remarks. We have Eli Kosgei who is saying, a good work, my brother, Mr. Innocent, keep going. You got my back from Nimaju. Then also we have a question.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and then we have a question from this is Franklin Koech. What would be the cost of getting work for a CNA? I think you know about that. And which countries can get work? Where is your office in Eldoret?
My office is in Safina Plaza, first floor F2 in Eldoret. In Kericho, we are also located in Kericho. That is AGC Bethany Center, 3rd floor. We are there. For CNA jobs, that is the caregiver jobs, a certified nursing assistant. We are waiting for jobs from Canada. The government of Canada announced that they'll be rolling out a program soon that we will be able to take CNAs to that country. And it will be on a work visa. You know, work visa, you'll be able to go with your family if you are married or so on. You'll be able to take your kids. So they have rolled a pilot program, and we are waiting now for the full program to be launched so that now we can be able to assist our people make those applications and go as CNS.
And then also we have Rudy Ator is saying, say hi to my friend CEO. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
And then also we have the marketer, who is commenting here saying, once you are born and raised, that's the tool you need. Nice motivation, Mr. Kipkemboi.
Thank you.
And then also we have Rosels Abraham saying, Honorable Paluget, you're doing a good job. Keep on. And many others that are still coming in, but because of time, we'll just... now, as you give your parting shot, where do you think is the future of this business?
Of course, I said seasons. This is the season. The only thing that I don't know is how long this season will take. But I really could wish it takes longer, because the more we have people in abroad, is like we have put two bets, home and away. That means if you see now parents who have one child in abroad, they are so safe, because they know even if everything falls apart here, the other one is like a rescue. They'll be able to rescue us in case of anything. My prayer, and I hope one day it comes true, I want every family to have a child, one or two in abroad. They'll be able to boost and support these families back home. It will be like an insurance. You know, you have to put an indemnity in business. You have to put an indemnity as a way of a collateral, so that when you are here, you know that we are safe because we have someone outside there. But if we all stay here, I always tell parents, what is the essence of you staying? You know, parents say, I can't sell my land to take my child, and they become serious like this. How do you tell them? So you wake up in the morning, you see the land, and you see the child. How do you feel? So I always tell them, sell the land, let the child go. Because at the end of the day, if you see them, you gain nothing. So let's assist these kids to go. As far as this race to go abroad is ongoing, let's assist them to go. And I said, and I repeat it, I'll repeat it again, that you will no longer have the choice of destination. You ask me, and I'll be able to assist you. You tell me where is the easiest path that we can use, where is the safest, so that we don't lose money. I'll tell you, let's go this route. So don't ask me, no, you know, there are some people say, I want Australia, or I want USA. You cannot want where it's not wanting you. So we have to go where it's, I don't know if that's English, but now we have to go where there is the opportunity as of now. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. And thanks for your insight tonight, and also thank you for coming to the show. It has been insightful. Thank you. We could wish to have more of this, and also the inspirational bit, and also from his story, what has come out is about resilience. Your background should not determine your foreground. Yes. And also what I've learned tonight is, he just mentioned that a home is not a home without people in it. Also the CEO show is not CEO show without you, and also our valuable guests. For tonight, it has been amazing and also very inspirational. That is the essence of the show, always to bring you people who are going to share their stories, and also to tell you what is it that has made them to be where they are. Always inspirational, always insightful, and definitely very inspirational. For tonight, I was your host, Dan. See you next week with another amazing guest. Have a good night and God bless you.
My name is Innocent Palgate. I am the CEO and Director of ONETEAM Career Coaches. So ONETEAM is a study abroad provider. We also do skilled visa migrations to different countries. That means we do assist on both study and work solutions. So for many people don't know how these things go about. So our work basically is to be able to assist you, our client, to get the right information. So basically, when you come to ONETEAM Career Coaches, we start from zero. We start from where I believe some people, they come, they don't even have passports. They don't even know what is a passport. So that is where we start. We because we provide also training in different languages from IELTS, that is English. We also teach Arabic. We also train German. We are located at Eldoret, Sapinga Plaza, first floor in F2, and we are also located in Kericho, that is AGC Bethany Center, third floor. My number is 0725 40 30 96. Thank you so much. Welcome to One Team Career Coaches. This is your home of excellence and your center of excellence.
Business Minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs. Creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show. Hosted by Dan. Business Minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs. Creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show. Hosted by Dan. Business Minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs.